After multiple requests to remake this tutorial, I have finally decided to do it. So for those of you who have seen my original tutorial on how to make doors and locks, you will know that that is a very, very poorly made video. It was way too fast-paced. It was barely explaining anything, like, as to why you're doing literally anything in the tutorial. It literally was just, do this, this, bam, boom, doors, locks, done. And the system it even had is, like, one of the least efficient ways to do this. Like, ever since I have made that first video, I have found, like, an infinitely better way of doing it, and even like multiple different ways of doing it that is like way better than what I did in that original video. So to remedy the frustrating nature of that tutorial, I am going to completely redo it in this video. And I'm gonna cram it all in one video so you guys can take a good, long, and steady approach to this system. And it's not even, I don't even know how long this video is gonna be. It really is not that difficult. Really the longest part is like doors, and even then that's like really easy. So firstly, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make a new blueprint class, make it an actor, type VP door, and then in here, we're going to open this up. I'm going to make a new static mesh component, call this frame, and in here, we're going to look for, where is it? Door border. Right here. And then let's just duplicate this. Just call it door. And then where is it? Literally just called door, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, double door R. Yeah, it's called double door R because it's the right side of the double door, even though this is like technically the left side, but whatever. We're not going to get into semantics here. I don't know what Dynamic Pixels or sorry, Eerie Guest Studios naming convention is, but whatever. Anyways, here's our door. And actually, let me do this and this just really quick. Actually, let me remove the neighbor just so that just so you can't see us and chase us. So press play, go over here. We're able to go through the door and everything. Everything is a-okay. Everything is cool. However, we can't do anything with it. It's literally just a this. Oh, and by the way, if you want to just play where your camera currently is, just click the arrow here, select current camera location, and then when you press play, it'll just spawn you right where your camera is in the viewport. So, but anyways, we can't do anything with this right now, so let's just go ahead and set that back to 0, and let's actually get to programming this. So firstly, you're going to want to go into class settings, go to implemented interfaces, search for interaction. Gotta compile it first so that we can actually use it, and then search for event interact. So what this actually does is basically when you press E to interact with something, the player character does a line trace forwards, like pretty much right where the cursor is at, and uses all sorts of data to like check what actor it hits and stuff like that. But all that we need to use is basically just the actor and the component it hit. So And so it sends a little message via this interaction interface that says, hey, whatever actor implements this interface, trigger this event. And so if we add a print string here, as you can see, every time I press E on it, it says hello. If I press E on it away, it doesn't do anything, but if I press E on it, it says hello. See? Pretty simple. However, in order to check if like exactly what component it is hitting, however, we only want it to check for the specific door mesh, like this double door arm mesh right here. We only want it to check for that. So to do that, we're going to drag off the component pin here, search for an equal object node, drag in the doors component, drag it in there, do a branch, and then just set it up like that. And that way, it's going to test if the hit component is equal to the door mesh. So now, if I press play, I press E on the border, nothing happens, but if I press E on the door, it says hello. Cool. So now we got our very basic interaction detection for the door. Now we got to do the actual opening and closing of it. And to do that, we're going to use a little thing called timelines. We've used it on the in the neighbor AI videos, and now we're going to use it. And now we're going to use it in the door. So we're just going to do door. Just going to call it door movement. Now, the reason why I'm setting this up here and not like connecting it to the branch here, I will show you in a second. But for now, just open that up. Add a float track. Call this alpha. Then shift-click in the timeline to add a new keyframe. Set the time to 0, and then add a new one. I'm gonna put this at 0.5. Make the value 1, and then shift-click both keyframes, right-click auto to make it smooth, and then go up here to the length, set this to the length of it, which is going to be 0.5 seconds. And I will explain what this actually does in a second. So off this, we're going to do set... Actually, hold on. Drag this in. Do set relative rotation. Connect that to update. And then off of the new rotation, we're going to do a lerp. I can't spell. Lerp rotator, there it is. Connect the alpha to the alpha pin here. I'm going to check this shortest path check mark here. Now, basically what a lerp node is, it basically smoothly transitions between an A value and a B value using a value of 0 to 1. 0 being A and 1 being B. The alpha on the timeline here is so that it can smoothly transition from 0 to 1. See how this is working? So for the B, this is going to be the open state. So we're going to set this to 90. And that is literally it. That is literally it for door movement. Like that, this is literally it. This is all you have to do. However, we have to actually trigger it. So, in order to do that, we're going to right-click and... Actually, no, it's right over here. Whenever a timeline is created, a little component, an invisible component for this timeline is created. So anywhere in the blueprint, we can drag get door movement. Off of here, we can do lay from start. So now, if we were to press play and interact with it, it opens the door. However, we can't really close it right now, so just going to delete that, and we're going to make a quick variable here and and call this is open. This will be used to determine like whether or not to open or close the door, basically. So we're going to get that variable, do a branch, And we're off of the true. We are going to set it to false and reverse from and do a reverse. So basically this is what this is doing is it's basically going, is it open? If it is open, we're going to close it. And if it is not open, we are going to open it. So from the false, we're going to do play. Now the reason why I'm just doing play and not play from start is because actually I'll actually do reverse from end and play from start just to demonstrate this. So we press play, it opens, closes. However, if I were to spam it, see how this is? So, to prevent that, so the reason why it's doing this is it's a reverse from end and play from start. Basically, it just says play from start, reverse from end. So if it's closing, it's going to reverse straight from here, which basically means it's automatically setting this lerp to 1. It's instantly setting this lerp to 1, and if it's playing from start, it's instantly setting this lerp alpha to 0. So it's just cutting straight from beginning to end and end to beginning, which obviously we don't want. We want it to reverse from wherever we are in the timeline. So to do that, and thankfully Unreal is nice to us, and it already does that with just plain reverse and play nodes. So, if I were to do it, open, close, spam it. There we go. Now we got our door. Actually, I'm gonna set this to 100 just to make it open it a bit wider. There we go. See? I can open the door, close it, I can open it again. However, as you can see, the collision is a bit weird. And to remedy this, we are going to, off of both of these, we are going to do a quick... Actually, I haven't thought this far. Actually, no, never mind. Let's just do this off of the timeline. Branch. Do is open. Now we only want to do this when the door is closing, and I'll show you why in a second. Off the true. Actually, no, off the false. We're gonna do set collision in response to channel for the door. And we're going to set this to the pawn channel, set the block. Now let's just go ahead and copy this and paste this over here. However, for opening, we want it to ignore that collision channel. And now, if we press play, it'll have the effect of us being able to go through the door, and we can still interact with it without any issues, and it'll have collision once it's fully closed. See? Now our now our player won't have any weird collision with the door. Cool. So, that's it. That's it for the door. Almost. That's it for door opening. However, now we want it to actually like lock when we have a lock on it. To do that, we're going to do one last actually a few things to the door. Let's go ahead and move this over here. Let's add a new variable called locks. Make this an array type and make it of an actor type. Now this is basically going to be the list of locks that it had. that it has. Now we're going to do get a length, get the length of it. I'm gonna check if it's greater than 0. That's all. We're just gonna check if the list of blocks is greater than 0. If it's not greater than 0, which basically means it's either less than or equal to 0, then it's going to open the door. Otherwise, it's just not going to do anything. So, of course, if you have that set up, you can still open and close the door and everything just fine. And, of course, you can also add, like, sounds and everything for when the door is locked, but we're not going to do that right now. We're just going to do the basic functionality first, and then we're going to add, like, the other aesthetics and stuff at the end. So, now, off of BP Interactable, we're going to make a child blueprint class called as BP Lock. We're going to set the static mesh to a lock, the lock mesh. There it is. And now we're going to make a new variable called door. Make it of a BP door type. And we're going to click this little eye icon right here to make it public. So that way when we set it down, we can actually see it here. Cool. So, let's actually delete that first. Of course, we gotta do set socket and everything. Let's go ahead and go into the BP human. Duplicate this lock. Has to BP human. Get player character. Get lock. Oop. Set socket. Nope. Set socket. There we go. I'll save. So now when we place that down, we can actually properly pick it up. Let's actually turn this around by 90 degrees so that it can actually like do that. Like see, we pick that up, we drop it, we do all that. Now let's close BP human, and let's continue with the lock functionality. Let's actually move this down and let's comment this out and just call this socket. And let's actually do some commenting over here. Open / close the door BP. Check lock, check locks. Check 4 locks. Let's do that. Door timeline. Door interaction detection. Cool. Now that we have all that commented out, let's actually get to making the functionality for the lock. So, firstly, let's just go ahead and delete that. Actually, I just realized something. We're actually not gonna do that for here. We're actually gonna promote this to a variable called this is locked. Not locks, is locked. There we go. And we're going to set this on a vent tick. Now the reason why we're doing this is because even though it's gonna have a it's more than likely just gonna have a basic like locked unlock state. Maybe you want to have a functionality where you can place locks on doors. Maybe you could do that or something. It's just generally just a safer way of checking checking if this is like longer than 0 without any weird complications with whatever systems you might make. I usually just do this just to make sure, just to be safe. Better safe than sorry. Anyways, in the lock BP off of the parent begin play, we're going to get the door to is valid node to basically check if this is set to anything. If it is valid, we're gonna get the locks. We're gonna do an add. We're going to add self to the locks array. So this is going to add the lock to the list of locks on the door. Cool. So now, if I were to set that to the door, I can't open the door because this is locking it. Cool. And also, off of this, we're gonna do set simulate physics for the mesh. And we're gonna have it turned off. Set can pick up. I'm gonna leave that false as well. This is so that you can't pick up the lock when it's on the door. And it'll make sure it stays on the door when it's locked. So I can't pick it up, I can't interact with the door, it is currently locked. Cool. So that's over with. We're going to add a custom event called unlock. And literally all this is going to do is, actually, let's not make this a custom event, let's make this a function. So now we're gonna get the lock, get locks, or not lock, get the door, I mean. We're gonna do remove item. Self. Actually, to prevent any weird errors, let's just check if the lock even has it. Let's just check if the door even has the lock in its list. So let's do find item. I'm gonna set this to self as well. Actually, I'm gonna leave these two self nodes separated just because I don't want any spaghetti. I don't want any spaghetti nodes. And so basically this find node is going to return the index if this actor is in this array. However, it's going to return -1 if it's not found. So we're gonna do greater than or equal to 0. Actually, let's go ahead and do that as well. So it's gonna check if it even has an index. If it does, it's gonna remove it from the array. It's gonna set simulate physics to true. It's going to set can pick up to true. However, we don't have anything that'll actually unlock it. So, to fix that, we're going to make a key BP. Let's call this BP lock. I'm an idiot. Excuse me, I just woke up like 4 hours ago. Don't pay attention to the time. Let's set this to the key mesh. Autosave. And we're going to do a couple things to both of these actors. We're going to make a key variable. We're going to set this to a string. The reason why we're setting this to a string is so that we can set it to basically make a password for this lock, and we can copy and paste this password to this key through another key variable. And it'll basically check if both of these are equal to the same thing, and if it is, it's going to unlock it. That's pretty much it. Yes, I stole this system from the mod kit. Everybody else has. Probably. Anyways. So, we're gonna do the same thing we did with this. Human. Open it up. Lock. E. Let's go ahead and just rotate this like this. Move it. Move it a bit like that, just so that it'll look like how it does in the games a bit. Let's just copy and paste this here. Except the lock get key. So now if I place this there, I can pick it up just fine. Yep, cool. So now, let's go ahead and make a function. Call this, unlock. Attempt unlock. And we're gonna do we're gonna actually get the player character here. I'm gonna do race. I'm gonna break the hit result here. Convert it to a branch. Not convert it to a branch. We're gonna do a branch. Hit actor. Cast to BP. Go. And we're gonna check if the key is equal to this. If it is, unlock. Add some reroute nodes for organization. Cool, so now we're gonna do event use. And then we're gonna drag this in here. Attempt unlock. Oh, whoops. Compile and save. Now... Oh, whoops, I did not mean to do that. Oh, right. Also, I forgot to make these two variables public. Can't really do much with them in the editor if we can't even see the friggin' key variables. Okay, so let's just call this a door. Copy and paste that in here. So now, if I pick this up, can't do anything with it. Click it. There we go. Now I can unlock it. Yippee! Let's actually go ahead and start adding some like sounds and stuff. So firstly, let's start with the door. Obviously, we want it to play a open sound. Where is it? Door, where is it? Door open. Here. So that's the door we not door. That's the open sound we want to use. Go ahead and turn off auto activate so it doesn't just play automatically right at the start. Let's just put this here. And now let's go into the event graph. And off of the open part of the script, let's just do play. Let's extend this here. So now, if I were to unlock it, look at that. Now let's add a close sound. Door close. Door close, there we go. That's not the, okay. You know what? You know what? Let's just do it anyways. Play. So now, if I try to interact it while it's locked with it while it's locked. Cool. Is there really no close sound in this project? I swear there was a closed sound. There was a closed sound. Let's just use that. Why not? Door close. Door close one. And since it is a regular sound asset and not a sound cue asset, let's go ahead and just go to attenuation settings. Let's just make this main. Yeah, that seems fine. And go to the event graph. Actually, let's do this in the door timeline so that it actually like closes when it's done. And lucky for us, we can just do that off of here because we already set this up earlier. So now, if I pick this up, locked. Cool. Now, let's go to the lock and add an unlock sound. Unlock. That's not what I meant to do. Unlock sound. Lock open? Is that what it is? No, that's not it. No. I totally forgot what the sound was called. But so let's just say hypothetically you wanted it to play the sound, you would just go in the unlock function, unlock sound, play. Cool. And yeah, see? Unlock sound. Oh, yeah, look at that. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's pretty much it. That is, I'm not even kidding, that's it. You're done. Now, if you wanted to make, like, I don't know, boards or hammers, it's pretty much the same concept, but slightly different. Instead of there being a key, you would pretty much just make the hammer unlock the door when it's left clicked on. Yeah, that's literally it. So I hope this helped you guys out more. I hope this was better made than my previous version of this tutorial, and yeah, I can't wait to see what you guys make with this. See ya!